What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. We've got a real classic style Undisputed Brotherhood unboxing today. I feel like it's been a while since we've had one like this. You know, we got a pretty decently sized package right here from Ringside Collectibles, and then we've got a smaller one here from Curb Stomp City Custom Decals that I thought you guys might be interested in because it's going to reveal some upcoming customs that I am working on. We're trying out a new setup here. I've got one of my Extreme Sets crowd backdrop setup that I'm not using in my arena currently because, you know, it's kind of hard to film an unboxing in the alleyway setup that I use for like figure reviews, and it's kind of hard in the backstage area to fit like a package of this size. You know, it's been a while since I've gotten a good elite haul just like this one, so I'm very excited to get into both of these packages here today. We're gonna do both of them in this video. We're probably gonna start with the envelope first just because it'll be a lot quicker, give you guys an idea as to some customs that I'm currently working on and some that you guys actually might see me make. I might do a custom tutorial because a lot of you have been saying that you want me to bring that series back, so you know, I might just end up doing that for you beautiful people. But anyways, let's not waste any time and get into this video, starting off with the envelope. Alright guys, starting off with this envelope, it comes from Curb Stomp City Custom Decals over on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, and he does also have a website. If you guys are unfamiliar with it at all, he sells decals, which are basically logos that you can stick onto customs for people who are trash at painting like me, and you can make some pretty amazing custom figures. So I ended up picking up 4 sets of decals to make 4 different customs that you guys are going to be seeing on the channel in the coming days / weeks. I'm not really exactly sure, but anyways, I thought a few of you might find this interesting if I did a little unboxing on it. We shouldn't need the knife for this little thing. There we go. So getting into things, he always has them in these little bags. So the first one up here is for CM Punk, and these are the tattoos of the Pepsi logo, the G.I. Joe Cobra, and the Spitfire one. They're just copyrighted logos that Mattel did not have the rights to, of course, when they had the rights to CM Punk. So I figured I'd pick this up and go ahead and make my CM Punk even more accurate. And there's actually 2 sets in here. He always sends a backup set in case you mess up at all. These things do sometimes tear a little bit easily, and you know, sometimes you mess up, so you got an extra pair, or I could use it to make a second one if I get another Punk down the line that I want to do. But we do have the tattoos for CM Punk, probably the simplest one out of all of these, and it might be the one that I end up doing the YouTube tutorial on. So there is the first one, and yeah, they come in these nice little bagged packagings. Curb Stomp City Decals, curb stomp your way into making your perfect custom since 2014. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You got directions on here for how to exactly apply the decals. You can see all of his social information down here. I'll leave a link down in the description to his website, maybe his social media, we'll see. But the first one up is the CM Punk tattoos to update my CM Punk figure, or at least make it more accurate. Up next, we have got a Kevin Owens attire here. It's his blue and white Canada attire. I believe he wore that Survivor Series a few years ago in Toronto. So I'm going to be making this Kevin Owens figure. It's going to look pretty awesome. Up next, we do have these The Elite decals, which I'm going to be making a new Kenny Omega out of. Looks like there's actually 3 of them in here, which might be pretty nice. You know, maybe I can use these also for someone else in the Elite, maybe new Bucks or something like that. But my Kenny Omega is getting really loose and worn out, and I'm not a big fan of the part choices for it, so I'm going to be making a new Kenny Omega very soon. So that is number 3, and the last one over here is Drew Gulak. If you guys remember, about a month or 2 ago, I made that custom Drew Gulak, and it's just wearing plain black shorts, so I wanted to get some logos and throw it on there, and then we're gonna have a real nice looking Drew Gulak for the pick fed or posing around, whatever we want. So that is Drew Gulak. This one should also be relatively simple since they're really small logos here. So there's all the decals we picked up from Curb Stomp City. We got Drew Gulak, Kenny Omega, Kevin Owens, 2 KOs right there, and CM Punk. So expect all of those customs coming soon, maybe a tutorial on one of those, probably either the Punk or the Gulak. So now let's go ahead and get into that massive package from Ringside Collectibles. Alright guys, here we have this massive box from Ringside Collectibles, WrestlingFigures.com. Very excited to get into this one. We've got, I think, 6 or 7 elite figures in here, just some that I've missed out on from the last few sets and I wanted to catch up on. You know, your boy hasn't been spending as much money on figures lately, kind of only buying ones that I really want and need for the pick fed rather than entire sets. And you know, I'm honestly happy about it because I'd rather have a smaller collection of figures that I really like rather than just a larger one of some figures that I'm just never going to use for any reason. But anyways, let's go ahead and cut right into this box. Jesus, I can never do this on camera. This new setup is just such an awkward position too with the camera. Alright, that should be good now. Here we are cracking this package open. I think there's 6 or 7. I can't remember the exact number of figures in here, but I'm very excited for each and every one of them. We got some of the older ones, some from the latest Elite set, But let's go ahead and start things off. We have got the Elite 70 Dolph Ziggler. Now, I did hold off on this guy for quite some time, and I was really just hoping that the Chase variant was going to come back in stock, but unfortunately it hasn't, so I just decided to bite the bullet and pick up this figure. The only reason I was really holding off on it is because it's got the Intercontinental Championship printed on its trunks, and the Intercontinental Championship doesn't exist in the pick fed, so I'm probably going to end up having to paint that over or maybe do some sort of a swap to get rid of that. But it's an amazing looking Ziggler. I absolutely love the cloth entrance jacket. The head scan looks great. It's a really nice attire, so I did want to pick it up. It was just that one little detail that was kind of annoying me, so I'm probably going to figure out a way to get rid of that. Probably just end up acetoning it off or something like that. But anyways, here is the Elite 70 Dolph Ziggler. It's a little bit out of date now. Of course, I did already pick up the Elite 70 EC3, and I didn't really want Finn, Seth, Mr. McMahon. Johnny Gargano is actually in here. We're going to get to him because he was out of stock for a while, but anyways, we'll worry about that when we get to Johnny. But the first figure in this box is the Elite 70 Dolph Ziggler. Now getting into some from the latest wave, and they do have the brand new packaging here. We've got the Elite 73 Grand Metalik. Now, I was actually a really big fan of Metalik way back in the Cruiserweight Classic. He was one of the guys I was pulling for to win the tournament, and if you do remember from that time period, he actually went all the way to the finals against TJ Perkins and did come up short, and I'm sure they're regretting that now with TJP already being gone from the company. Now he's a member of the Lucha House Party, and I don't think I'm going to end up using Lucha House Party on the pick fed. I don't even imagine I'm going to pick up Lince Dorado. I really just wanted to have Grand Metalik and use him as a single star and maybe actually give him a decent push that he deserves, because the guy's got a pretty amazing moveset. They call him the King of the Ropes, and I was just a big fan of him in the Cruiserweight Classic, and I really wanted to have him for the Cruiserweight division in UWF. Up next here, also, or sorry, not from Elite 73, from Elite Series 72, the first official Roderick Strong in his Undisputed Era attire from War Games. You guys do know that I do have a custom Roderick Strong from NXT TakeOver New Orleans, and I may end up swapping this head on there and seeing how that looks, but I don't know. This figure does look pretty amazing on its own. It's nice to have an official one finally. I'm excited to have the chair there with the Undisputed Era logo on it. Could care less about the rubber shirt. It's nice to definitely have another set of the UE hands there, and there we get the information on the back. Of course, there is someone else from this set in this package here, and I'm sure you can guess which one of these people it is because the rest of them I really didn't need. But I really do hope we get the rest of Undisputed Era in this attire. I was kind of mad when we didn't get Adam Cole in it, because it makes sense, you know, if we have Adam Cole come out and then Roderick Strong, and then we get like O'Reilly and Fish in the next couple sets. But I'm not exactly sure why Mattel decided to do that. You know, it makes sense if we got them all in the same attire. Hopefully we do still get them all like that, but I'm sure that this Roderick Strong will go just fine with the rest of Undisputed Era. So there is Roderick Strong. Very excited to add that one to the collection. And I guess we'll continue with the other guy from that set that I was talking about, and it is of course the best kept secret, Buddy Murphy. This figure looks absolutely amazing. Maybe a little bit on the short side, honestly, but I think it looks pretty awesome. The attire is very, very unique. You know, it's come with a Cruiserweight Championship, which we've had many times before, but I'm definitely going to be using Buddy Murphy in the pick fed, whether that'll be in the Cruiserweight division or competing for the main title. Probably a little bit of both, if I'm being honest, because I don't want to just have guys only competing for the Cruiserweight. I'm going to have them like jump back and forth. Basically, he'll just be in the main division, but since he's under 205, he'll be allowed to challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship, which is of course currently held by Johnny Gargano. But yeah, that is pretty well all the information. These are the only two that I was going to pick up from this set. I didn't really care too much about Rey Mysterio. I'm happy with his last Elite. Absolutely despise that Velveteen Dream. Didn't really have a reason to get Batista, and I don't really collect women's figures, although that Becky Lynch does look pretty good, and if they do keep making women's figures good like that, then I may have to get back into it. But we do have Buddy Murphy here. Up next, we have that other one from Elite 70, which we've now mentioned a couple of times, and oh my god, the card is ripped. Good thing I'm not a mock collector. But we have got Johnny Gargano. I've wanted this guy for so freaking long, but it just went out of stock and on back order for a while, and I'm impatient, so I didn't want to throw it onto another order. So when it finally came back in stock, I knew I had to get it. This figure looks absolutely amazing, other than the kick pad issue that a lot of people have had. Maybe I'll end up doing the Balor swap that most people have done, but probably not. It doesn't bother me that much. Honestly, from this distance, it's not even that noticeable, but it is in the Venom attire, which I absolutely love. We get interchangeable hands, a fire extinguisher, and it just looks like an absolutely awesome attire. I do have that custom TakeOver New Orleans Gargano, but maybe I'll do a swap and put that head on there. We'll see, but then again, this figure does look pretty amazing on its own. The UWF Cruiserweight Champion, so I am very, very excited to have Johnny Gargano in the collection, his first official Elite, other than that Target exclusive exclusive, which of course, since I'm in Canada, I had no chance of finding. But anyways, now back to Elite 73. We've got 2 more figures from that wave. First of all, we have got Aleister Black, and I am so happy to finally have Aleister in the collection. Once again, he was an NXT exclusive and impossible to find here in Canada since we don't have Target, but I'm very excited to finally have Aleister Black in the collection. This figure looks so badass. Once again, he does look a little on the short side, but I think that's been an issue with both of his elites so far, but it looks absolutely amazing. What a great looking attire. I love the vest. The interchangeable hands look great, but I would definitely count on Aleister Black coming to UWF very, very soon. And we have one last figure in here to make 7 in total, and it is also from Elite 73, and that is Daniel Bryan. I picked this guy up because I was honestly just not a huge fan of his last Elite. The blue and green attire just didn't really do it for me, and also the head scan on here just looks phenomenal in my opinion. Plus we got the brand new Hemp WWE Championship in there, the eco-friendly version. The first time that's getting released and probably the only time, so I am quite excited about this Daniel Bryan figure. Daniel's actually also never competed in UWF before. I just never had him in there the first time around, despite having an Elite of him the entire time. I don't know why, but I'm sure he's going to end up being in UWF at some point as well, but I did really want to pick this guy up. Daniel Bryan is one of my favorite wrestlers in the world, so that does it for all the elites we've picked up. Let's go ahead and set them up, make it look all pretty, and wrap this video up. And there you can see everything that we did pick up in this haul. We got the brand new decals for Gulak, Owens, Omega, and Punk, and then the brand new Elite 73 Aleister Black, Grand Metalik, and Daniel Bryan, Elite 72 Buddy Murphy and Roderick Strong, and then Elite 70 Johnny Gargano and Dolph Ziggler. Very excited to get all these figures out. Probably going to do reviews on all of them, honestly. I know some of them are old, but at least there'll be some content to get out, and, you know, I might just enjoy it, and that's what it's all about, making the videos that I feel like and I'm going to enjoy making. But I'm very, very excited to pose around all of these figures, get them out of their respective packaging, and finally get to use them in the pick fed. And I'm finally on the very last match of UWF New Dawn. So New Dawn Part 3 is in the works, guys. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks I can get that match done and get it all edited and up to you people, because believe me, I just want to get it out as much as you guys want to see it. But that's pretty well going to do it for the video. Hit the like button if you did enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new, click the notification bell to never miss an upload, check out all my social media down in the description below, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you.